Hello all my dear chemists and scientists. I am Kamal Pradhan. What's up guys? I think you all are fine to see my videos. In all the videos of my channel, you will get 2-in-1 profit. First, what everyone wants to get, that is the knowledge. And the second, what every students want to get, that is to secure the maximum number of marks in the examination. To get the knowledge, I will teach you the basic concept of each topic, whereas to secure the desired maximum number of marks in the examination, I will teach you the point-to-point note making in a simple way with an interesting method. So, please support, like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for which you will get the notification of my next video. In this video, I am going to discuss about the IUPAC name of complex compounds. Generally, complex compound contains the central metal atom or ion along with the ligands. As we know, ligands are the neutral molecules or ions present within the square bracket or coordination sphere in which they are directly coordinated with the central metal atom through the coordinate bond. First, we will know how to naming a ligand. There are various type of ligands such as negative ligands, positive ligands, neutral ligands, organic ligands, and ambidentate ligands. First, how to naming a negative ligand. The names of negative ligands end with O. For example, Cn minus. This is a negative ligand and the name of Cn minus ligand is cyanido. The name of OH minus ligand is hydroxido and so on. Next is the positive ligands. The names of positive ligands end with IUM. For example, NO2 plus, the name is nitronium. NO plus, the name is nitrosonium. NH2, NH3 plus, the name is hydrazinium, and there are many more positive ligands which name end with IUM. Next is the neutral ligand. These ligands have no special ending. For example, name of the neutral ligand NH3 is amine, CO is carbonyl, NO is nitrosyl, H2O is aqua, and so on. Next is the organic ligands. These ligands have their own names. For example, the name of CH3 is methyl, C6H5 is phenyl, C5H5 cyclopentadienyl, 66H5 whole 3P triphenyl phosphine, and so on. Next is the ambidentate ligands. These are the monodentate ligands or unidentate ligands with more than one coordinating atoms. For such ligands, it is essential to designate the point of attachment of a ligand. For example, in NO2, here nitrogen is coordinated with the central metal atom and the name is nitrito N. If oxygen is coordinated with the central metal atom, then the name is nitrito O. Similarly, in the ligand SCN, if sulfur is coordinated with the central metal atom, the name is thiocyanato, and if nitrogen is coordinated with the central metal atom, then the name is isothiocyanato. Next point is, if there are several ligands of the same type, the prefixes like di for 2, tri for 3, tetra for 4 are used to indicate the number of ligands of that type. When the name of polydentate ligands include a number, then bees, trees tetrakis, pentakis, etc. are used. For example, for two molecules of ethylene diamine, which is a polydentate ligand, we can write bis ethylene diamine, and the polydentate ligand remains within the parenthesis. Next is the order of naming the ligands. According to old conventions, the names of more than one type of ligands surrounding the central metal atom are in the order: first, negative ligand is written, then neutral ligand, and lastly, positive ligand is written without separating them by a hyphen. But according to the latest IUPAC recommendation of 1999, the names of ligands surrounded the central metal atom are written in the alphabetical order of the preference irrespective of their type, that is the negative, neutral and positive. It must be remembered that the prefixes di, tri, tetra, etc. are not considered while determining the alphabetical order. Next is, if bridging ligand is there, then mu is written before the bridging ligand. Now, naming of central metal atom or ion. In case of anionic complex, the name of central metal atom end with ATE. Now, the question is, how can we detect the anionic complex? If the complex contains a simple cation and a complex anion, then it is an anionic complex. And also, if there is a net negative charge in the complex ion, then it is also an anionic complex. For example, in the complex K4FeCN whole 6, here K4 is simple cation and FeCN whole 6, which is present within the square bracket, is the complex anion. For the central metal atom Fe, the name is ferrate. Like that, in the complex PtCl6 2 minus, it is a negative complex ion, and here the name of central metal atom Pt is a platinate. In case of cationic complex and a neutral complex, the name of central metal atom is written as such they used. Now, how can we detect the cationic complex? If the complex contains a complex cation and a simple anion, then it is the example of cationic complex. And also, if there is a net positive charge carried by the complex ion, then it is also a cationic complex. And the neutral complex do not carry any charge. For example, in the complex CONH3 whole 6 Cl3, here CONH3 whole 6, which is present within the square bracket, is the complex cation, whereas Cl3 is the simple anion. For the central metal atom Co, the name is cobalt. Next is, in the complex CrNH3 whole 6 3 plus, the net charge of the complex ion is positive. So, for the central metal atom Cr, the name is chromium. Now, in the neutral complex NiCO whole 4, the net charge is 0. So, for the central metal atom nickel, the name is HSOC nickel. After the naming of central metal atom, the oxidation state is written in Roman numerical in the parentheses. For example, for oxidation state 1, we can write 1 within the parentheses. For oxidation state 2, we can write 2 within the parentheses. For oxidation state 3, we can write 3 within the parentheses. And the important point is, zero oxidation state is shown by 0 within the parentheses. Now, naming of complex containing simple cation and complex anion, or you can say naming of anionic complex. For example, in the complex K4FeCN6, here K4 is simple cation, FeCN6 which is present within the square bracket is a complex anion. The sequence of naming of such type of complex is first name of simple cation plus ligand plus central metal atom plus ATE plus oxidation state within the parentheses. Now, how can we calculate the oxidation state of the central metal atom? In this complex, for the simple cation, there are 4 potassium atom. So we can write 4 into plus 1 plus, we can write X for calculating the central metal atom Fe plus, as there are 6 cyanide ion, so we can write 6 into minus 1 H. The charge of cyanide ion is minus 1, which is equal to 0 because the charge of the complex ion is equal to 0. So by calculating, we can get X is equal to plus 2, which means the oxidation state of the central metal atom iron is plus 2. So the name is, first name of simple cation, that is potassium. Here we cannot write tetrapotassium. Okay. So the name is, first name of simple cation, that is potassium. Then name of the ligand, hexacyanido. Next, name of the central metal atom with ATE, so ferret, and the oxidation state within the parenthesis, that is 2 within the parenthesis. So overall name is potassium hexacyanido ferret second. Here everyone should have to note that the naming of the complex start with the small letter. Next is the naming of complex containing negative ion, or we can say naming of anionic complex. For example, in the complex PtCl6 2-, the charge is 2-, and the sequence of naming of this type of complex compound is, first we can write the ligand, then central metal atom plus ATE plus oxidation state within the parenthesis and ion. Now, how can we calculate the oxidation state of the central metal atom, that is platinum? First we take the oxidation state of central metal atom is X plus 6 into minus 1, because the charge of 1 chlorine ligand is minus 1, and as there are 6 chlorine, so we can write 6 into minus 1, which is equal to minus 2, because the overall charge of the complex ion is minus 2. So by calculating, we can get X equal to plus 4. It means the oxidation state of platinum in this complex is plus 4. So the naming start from ligand. So here hexachlorido, then central metal atom plus ATE, that is platinate, then the oxidation state within the parenthesis, that is 4 within the parenthesis, and lastly we can write ion. So overall name is hexachloridoplatinate IV ion. Next is the naming of complex containing complex cation and a simple anion, or we can say naming of cationic complex. For example, in the complex CONH3 whole 6 Cl3, here CONH3 whole 6, which is present within the square bracket, is the complex cation, whereas Cl3, which is present outside the square bracket, is a simple anion. The sequence of naming such type of complex compound is first ligand, then central metal atom, then oxidation state within the parenthesis, and lastly the simple anion. First, in this complex we have to calculate the oxidation state of central metal atom, that is cobalt. We have to take the oxidation state of central metal atom Hx plus 6 into the charge of the ligand NH3, that is 0, plus 3 into the charge of chlorine, that is -1, which is equal to 0, as there is 0 charge of the complex ion. By calculating, we can get X equal to +3. It means the oxidation state of cobalt in this complex is +3. So the naming will be first ligand, that is hexaamine. Next is the central metal atom, that is cobalt. Here we do not add ATE because it is a cationic complex. Next is the oxidation state, that is third within the parenthesis, and lastly the name of simple anion, that is chloride. So the name is hexaamine cobalt third chloride. Next is the naming of complex containing positive ions or cationic complex. For example, in the complex CrNH3 whole 4 Cn2 whole 2, and the charge of the complex is +1. The sequence of naming of this type of complex is first ligand, then central metal atom, then oxidation state within the parenthesis, plus ion. Here the oxidation state of chromium is 3 +3. So the naming start from the ligand. There are two ligands. One is amine and second is cyanido. So H in the alphabetical order, A comes first. So the name is tetraamine dicyanido chromium third ion. Next is the naming of complex containing bridging ligands. For example, in the complex NH3 whole 4 CO NH2 O2 CONH3 whole 4 Cl3. As you know, the ligand which can be coordinated with more than one central metal atom is called bridging ligand. In this complex, there are two bridging ligand. One is amido and second is peroxido, that is O2. So the sequence of naming is first ligand, then central metal atom, then oxidation state of central metal atom within the parenthesis. Next, mu hyphen name of bridging ligand in the alphabetical order. Next, ligand plus central metal atom plus oxidation state of the central metal atom within the parenthesis, and lastly the name of simple anion. First, we have to calculate the oxidation state of cobalt. H, there are two central metal atom, that is two cobalt atom. So we can take 2x plus there are 8 amine, so 8 into 0 plus 1 amido. The charge of amido group is -1. 1 O2, the charge of O2 is -2. 3 Cl, so 3 into -1 H, the charge of chlorine is -1, which is equal to 0, as the charge of overall complex ion is 0. So by calculating, we can get X equal to +3. It means one central metal atom contains +3 oxidation state. So the naming will be starting from the left side: tetraamine cobalt third hyphen mu hyphen amido hyphen mu hyphen peroxido tetraamine cobalt third chloride. Next is the compounds containing both cation and anion. For example, in the complex PT NH3 4Cl2, this is the complex cation, and PtCl4, this is the complex anion. The sequence of naming is: first we have to name the complex cation, then complex anion. The sequence is ligand plus central metal atom plus oxidation state within the parenthesis, then ligand of the complex anion plus central metal atom plus ATE plus oxidation state of the central metal atom within the parenthesis. Now the question is, how can we get the oxidation state of central metal atom of the complex cation and also for the complex anion? Here I will give you a simple trick to know the oxidation number of cation anion complex by knowing the coordination number. For example, if the coordination number of silver is 2 in the complex, then the oxidation state of silver is +1. If the coordination number of hydrogarum is 3 or 4 in the complex, then the oxidation state of hydrogarum is +2. If the coordination number is 4, then the oxidation state of copper is +2, zinc is also +2, nickel is +2, Pt is +2, palladium is +2, manganese is +2, and nickel is 0. If the coordination number of iron in the complex is 5, then the oxidation state of iron is 0. If the coordination number is 6, then the oxidation state is +2 for iron, +3 for iron, for chromium it is +3, for cobalt it is +3, and for chromium it should be also 0. And for the coordination number of molybdenum in the complex is 7, then the oxidation state of molybdenum is +4. If the coordination number of tungsten is 8 in the complex, then the oxidation state of tungsten is +4. So from this complex, in the complex cation, the coordination number of platinum is 6. So we can write oxidation number of platinum in the complex cation is +4. And in the complex anion, the coordination number of platinum is 4, so the oxidation number of platinum is 2. So the name of the complex is tetraamine dichloridoplatinum IV tetrachloridoplatinate second. Now steps for writing the formula of mononuclear coordination entity. First step is write the symbol of central metal atom. Second is ligands are listed in alphabetical order. Thirdly, polydentate ligands are also listed in alphabetical order. Fourth point is the formula for the whole coordination entity is enclosed in square brackets. If ligands are polyatomic like NH3, CN, NO2, they are enclosed in parentheses. Remember, no space is given between the ligands and the metal within the coordination sphere. The formula of a charged coordination entity should indicate the charge outside the square bracket as a right superscript. For example, CrNH3 whole 6 3 plus. The charge on the cations is balanced by the charge on the anions.